Hi, I'm Alana Zahradnik. Whenever I began organizational leadership, I had never really thought about having leadership qualities myself. I did know, however, I had the ability to lead a large group of kids. Um, I have a God given instinct on how to handle situations in the moment. And I quickly learned that I was definitely a servant leader. I always was quick to serve and help others, especially those with special needs. I found out very quickly that that was my calling in life, and I'm truly blessed by these kids. I've done what no one else wants to do, and this is all because of my servant heart. I do for those who can't do for themselves, and it's been a very humbling experience. The purpose of me signing up for the program was I needed an affordable way to get my bachelor's degree, and the ORGL program made that possible for me. It was the most tangible. I was widowed with three kids and also took care of my widowed mother, working full time and having three kids to haul around with sports and whatnot. It was just the most realistic program. I've been in the program, oh my gosh, I don't even know how long. It's been several years. I, I jumped back into school in 2010, and I started off at Navarro, and then I found the ORGL program, but I lost 40 credits in the process, which shaved some years of work off. And I did not want to work a semester and not get paid, which is what, if you're getting a teacher's degree, you have to do an internship, and that's part of the process. And I couldn't fathom me taking out a loan and having to live off of that loan to work for free while I was already working and doing so much on top of that. So I took the organizational leadership approach. Some of the key areas of learning that caught my eye and caught my attention of the foundations of organizational leadership, and an effective leader has to be, and how they have to be open to diversity and not have a biased opinion. I didn't really realize how much people were biased until I started studying this, and how with diversity, everybody's backgrounds are different, and with that, they have different experiences and they have different problem solving techniques and way different opinions. And studying the different theories broadened my knowledge of how leadership has learned to basically investigate human behavior, and how the qualities of leadership are very complex and very situational within their surrounding circumstances. The importance of not seeing change as a negative thing, but something that we should actually welcome and learn and grow from. And how leadership is so much more of a social, interpersonal relationship with people than just leading a group or leading and managing an organization. I recognize that uh, global perspective is changing foundations of organizations, and how diversity and inclusion is becoming more and more vital. How leaders must perform ethically with integrity in a way that causes them to be more conscientious, if that's how you say that, and to have an openness to new experiences and change in order to be successful in an organization. With data driven decision making, that's super important, and it's an ongoing process that's always changing, and it helps to make strategic planning decisions, and it's a tool that can benefit the organization internally. Processes are always changing, from the data-driven decisions and from observations with internal organizational outcomes, and from data-driven decision making from external outcomes with other organizations in a similar environment that can help to make decisions as well. In other words, like with your competitors, all of that data-driven decision making plays a huge vital role, and it's very important to always have that accessibility to the data. Organizations should be socially responsible and be able to have an ethical dimension of justice, having a regard to individual rights. This will gain respect and trust within an organization, and it's huge in having a successful quality organization. Equality should be at the top of the list as well. And unethical people usually bring dysfunction, and they bring their behaviors into organizations, and these people are more problematic, which I feel like in a way they will always be present somewhere. There are some people that are just going to be your sandpaper, and we can look at those opportunities to learn from that as to how to handle situations in the future that may come up, but also how to basically do your job and stand up for what's right as well. If you're in a leadership position, you're also not going to just be a doormat and let people do things that are unjust and wrong within your organization. And it helps to teach you how to have a backbone and how to handle those things in a professional way. With Maslow's hierarchy, he describes 5 categories of the human needs. And it talks about psychologically, how safety is a big issue, socially, their esteem and self-actualization needs. This theory recognizes the fact that employees have needs as well as the customers do. And there is an importance in helping to meet the needs of the employees to attribute to job satisfaction, job safety, motivation, to help inspire them, and overall helping with job retention. You want to be able to keep your employees. You want them to want to come to work every day. And whenever you can focus on not just the customers' wants and needs, but also your employees, and then you can help to know that they matter and that you truly do care about your employees and they're not just a number. Leadership traits can be condensed into 4 common groups, which is personality, your demographic views, your task competence, and your interpersonal attributes. Patterns of behavior include adaptability, which is vital as a good leadership quality, being open to different experiences, and having emotional stability. Having social awareness is huge without letting your emotions get in the way, to have overall good achieving improvement within an organization. Leading change can be difficult as people are not always open to change. We are creatures of habit, and we don't even like to park in a different area sometimes. So that can always be challenging within an organization, and there's always going to be technology, new data-driven decisions that change things within an organization. And as a leader, your job is to inspire, motivate, encourage, and to have your employees follow you in a way that's going to benefit the company. And you do that by being vision oriented, and you help them see the overall goals and make it something that they can get excited about as well whenever they see that, oh, this is actually going to improve and help us. You have to identify where the changes need to be made. You have to have the details of the change, how to approach it, how to implement the strategies, and then review and report how the new changes are going. And sometimes just the being able to evaluate the data with everyone where they can say, oh, hey, this is really working or this isn't working. They can see where the change is or isn't helping the company. And there's always room to motivate and inspire, and change in organizations are just inevitable. And you need to prepare employees for change instead of ignoring it, which basically is kind of what Southwest did recently with the whole technology system meltdown thing. They were ignoring the change, and then they had a very big crisis on their hands. But just to be able to adapt to change and be able to focus and flow with it and embrace it. What I like best about the Capstone class is I'm more of an introvert, and it made me get out of my comfort zone and interview some people, which I was kind of nervous about. But I'm so glad that I did it because um, I was a little bit intimidated. But after evaluating a lot of the data, I learned more about leadership in this program than I think I did in any other class that I've taken. There's so many different viewpoints and ways to handle circumstantial situations, but it all came down to the fact that in real life, leaders have to be adaptable to the changes around them without losing the core of who they are and what they stand for. And I just thought that was so important. And had I not been forced to analyze so many different things in these classes, these last two capstone classes, it wouldn't have opened my eyes to how situational and circumstantial, just the different problems that pop up in life, and how being adaptable is truly important in a good leader. Today, I am still a servant leader. I put others before myself. I'm very empathetic to each individual circumstances. I'm very adaptable, which you have to be with working with SPED children. I'm always problem solving for the good of all, especially the students. My work is the one thing that I'm actually really confident in, and I'm open to being a life learner and to be able to improve and take the advice from other people. I've seen major improvement with behavior with children that I've worked with over the years, and I've started off in a classroom that was a behavior unit, and by the end of the year it was a structured learning environment. And that really blessed me, but more for the kids' sake, because it was not functional, and it was so stressful whenever I started. And I know that it wasn't just stressful for me, it was a huge stress on the children. And to be able to get them to get engaged and get on a steady routine, and to be able to learn and and to learn how to cope with their emotions and with self-regulation, and the fact that I was a part of that was a huge blessing. In order to continue my leadership journey, I will be open to new challenges. I will be open to new experiences. I do not know exactly what is going to be in store for me in the future, but I'm going to broaden my vision with an ever-changing environment, and to continue to seek others' advice that's around me. Over the past 12 years, I've been working with special education, and I've learned a lot, not just from the teachers, but from the kids. More what not to do from the teachers, but I have seen some true gifts and talents with teachers, and I've seen their hearts toward the children with a genuine care and concern, which I think is the most important thing with being a teacher, is where's your heart. So my hope is to be a blessing to my students, and to be able to bring love and joy and coping skills and a sense of well-being while at the same time teaching them valuable life lessons. This is my calling, and I'm already teaching right now as there was a huge teacher shortage in Dallas. So I'm able to take on that role and position without even having my degree yet, but with the promise too. So I'm really doing double duty right now, but I'm blessed to be in this class, and I'm super excited about finally getting my degree. Um, I hope you have a blessed day, and thank you for your time.